Welcome to Between Sundays. I'm Tyler, and we are mid-Summerfest. Today we're talking, and we're taking listener questions and talking to key volunteer for our children's ministry, Grace Kids. So let's get started and welcome in our favorite co-hosts, Marion and Barry. Good day, guys.
Well, good day.
Good day.
And Casey Keck's here.
Yay!
Welcome, Casey.
Thank you so much.
Guys, without the sermon, I am lost in intro. I don't know what you were going to do. It's like
it's Summerfest.
We're not talking about the sermon, so I have no references. It's just we're still in Summerfest.
Yeah,
but you could talk about the potato. What's his name?
Yeah. I don't want to do that.
It's all right. If we're not going to live stream the service, we shouldn't talk about what's happening
that's
there.
Right. That's right.
Too much FOMO.
Casey Keck's here, everybody.
Hi, Casey.
Casey, longtime Grace attender.
First-time caller.
Married to Cyrus Keck.
Yep.
Family of 4. Where do you guys live? Fishers?
Yes, Fishers.
Fishers.
What part of Fishers?
Near Conner Prairie.
Oh, yeah, you're not far from us.
Neighbors.
Oh, great.
Her son could ride his bike to your house.
It's very fun.
My son works at Conner Prairie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
does he?
And the first day of work, his mom was worried sick that he was riding his bike because at the time he didn't have a car.
It was very dark. The sun was not up. It's downhill. And I can't remember the last time he rode a bike. So there.
Well, yeah. It's,
Also not great sidewalks near there.
You know?
Been
I
saying
know.
it. Been saying it for years.
yeah.
I get judged harshly for the love I have for my children.
No, it's
Some
great.
people call it love. Some call it excessive
I
worry.
say it all the time. It's the dream how your kids are like, Mom, do you want to come to a concert with me and my boyfriend or girlfriend? It's like that's the dream. I would
every parent
love
dreams
to
of.
have that. Quick family business. We're doing family business now. We're going to take a couple mailbag questions here in a little bit. And if you've got questions for Between Sundays, we're doing one more week, I think, of Summerfest. So you got questions, now's the time to send them in. We're going to do 2 today. I've still got some sitting in my inbox that we're going to get to next week. But if you've got questions, send them in. You can go to gracechurch.us/podcast, and I'll take a look at all those. So we'll do that in a little bit. And then, of course, Casey's here, and we're going to talk about children's ministry and serving in the church. But first, guys, what's new? What's going on? Casey, you're invited to share what's new. I told Casey a little bit of rundown before we got started. So, Casey, how's your summer? Tell us a little bit about your family. What are you guys up to this summer?
Sure. So I have the 2 boys at home. I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
So I get the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Mm-hmm.
We've gone to every body of water that's within 15 minutes or miles.
Are you guys
from us.
big lake people? Do you guys like the lake?
Oh, we have not been on a boat at the lake. We went to the Geist waterfront.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Gotcha.
To that little beach area. I love that little area with the pirate ship.
Yes.
That's so cool.
We did not go in the pirate ship. They spent almost the entire time getting the algae or
That's
seaweed. I don't know
half
what
of
it
the
is.
charm.
That's the reason I'm not a lake person. That right there, it's like you don't know what's in that. You don't know what's in that algae.
He's got a thing about dark waters.
Yes.
It's just
I don't want things touching me.
So did your kids make basically baseballs out of the algae and just whip it at each other?
They didn't throw it at each other. No. They made a mountain out of it.
yeah.
They found a random
That's creative.
ball in the water and were shoving it inside
Yeah.
that ball.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. On sabbatical last year, I took care of my friend's kids while she was having another baby. And she's in Chicago, so the kids came all the way here so I could have them for about 2 weeks.
Wow.
And we went to every body of water, every splash pad in the county. I think we just went to every single one of them.
Yeah.
But also Columbus, Indiana. Shout out to Columbus. That is a fun day trip in the summer.
Yeah, my wife's done that too. She's taken the kids over there. Actually, we were talking about she wants us to take a day trip to Chicago or Cincinnati. And she was like, maybe I will just take the kids to Cincinnati for a couple days. And I was like, what about me?
She should go to Chicago with me. I will be the guide. Lauren and
All right, well,
Chicago kids.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
So Casey, you're a family of 4. You've got a 8-year-old, a 7-year-old, and everybody in your family starts with the letter C. I have to believe that was intentional.
So the story of it is, though, our first son, we were between two different names, and Calvin is a family name. So when we started out with the season, we were like, well, if we're only going to have one more kid, we can't not.
It can't be Cyrus, Casey, Calvin, and
Joseph.
Devin. How left out would that child feel?
Yeah, you got to do it.
Yeah. So we were obligated at that point.
So are your kids, like, are you ready as a stay-at-home mom? Are you ready for them to go back to school?
I was gonna ask the
or
same
are
question.
you, and do you enjoy them home a lot?
Both.
Yeah. I mean, they're not going to listen, so you can be honest here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of great adventures.
Oh, good.
I have loved being more a part of their world and, interacting more, but there's also some big feelings that I'm it's just tired of the fighting and the it's coaching, it's refereeing, it can be a lot. And
I'm sorry, what's the age difference between the boys?
they're like 19 months apart.
Oh, yeah. They're best friends and rivals.
Absolutely. I'm really ready to go to the grocery store alone.
Oh yeah.
I kind of love the grocery store, getting treasures and special finds, and just like it's just been so stressful. And I'm like, this is the thing that I want.
Do you have like routine to your summer at all? Like when my kids were little, we had a library day like once a week, like something to bring some sanity into the chaos that is summer.
I'm not that organized.
Each day is its own chaotic adventure.
Yeah.
It is. There's some structure, but not much.
What's new with you guys, Barry, Maron?
Well, we just had our first Haven Farm work day as an official organization. So it is exciting. It's very exciting for me. But if you don't know, friends of the pod, my wife and I have like a small animal rescue farm. But over the last few months, I've been working to get us actually registered as an actual nonprofit, and we're awaiting determination from the IRS for nonprofit status, and we have a bank account now. Like we're official as an actual organization, and so we had our first sort of big work day where anyone was invited to come and help, and we had a good number of folks show up, and we were doing all kinds of stuff, putting down new mulch and cleaning out the pig pen. The piggies will rip up their blankets into tiny little pieces and put them exactly where they want them. But sometimes there's all these little bits of fluff that just get everywhere. And so we actually had a group of people going around and picking up all the fluff that the piggies left behind. And it looks like a brand new space in there. And I had several people also helping me with removing a massive, massive branch, like half a tree that basically fell onto our new fencing, of course. And, and so trying to clear all that out and so now I've got 5 giant burn piles to burn at some point. So anyway, it was great. And
are you going to do all that
grateful.
at once so that your neighbors are like, what kind of seance is going on?
Yeah, I want there to be an inflagration at our place.
Yeah.
But I was going to do it all yesterday, but then it was kept raining off and on, and I was like, this isn't ideal. I need it to be like the day after a good rain, so it's not going to catch the neighborhood on fire, but it can still be dry enough to actually burn. That's what I'm looking for. So
Okay.
we'll
Well,
get there.
good luck.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're really grateful to everybody who helped out, but all the animals are doing well. We had a little close call. The last of the phoenixes, the ones from the chickens from the factory farm, Lotus, she started acting the way that they all kind of started acting when they started to get ready to go. And so we brought her inside for the night, had her in a dog crate, and she perked back up and is back out with everybody. So she's okay, but yeah, we might be getting ready to say goodbye to our last phoenix. That's the sad thing.
How long ago was that? That was almost 2 years ago?
2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago that we brought them home.
Yeah.
And then since that, they've all 6 of the others pretty much passed like clockwork with the same exact issues. And so it seemed like maybe it's getting close to her time, or maybe she's going to beat the odds. But yeah, everything's good. It's a lot of animals, lots of sweating through layers of clothing and chainsaws and all the good stuff. So
Sounds good.
yeah, it's my summer. What about you?
Yeah, Maron, what's going on with you?
Well, I got a flat tire on the way to church yesterday. Just picked the car up like minutes before we
Small
began.
but encouraging, woohoo.
Minutes before we began this podcast. So I have my car back. That's good news.
So what happened? Because you texted the group of pastors saying, hey, I'm not coming to church. I have a flat tire. So
Yeah,
you just
on
hit
my
something
way
on
to
the way?
church. Yeah, on my way to church. I thought I heard some hissing.
Like before you left?
like right before I hit the main street. I live off of Allisonville. Right before I hit the main road, I heard some hissing. I rolled down my window and I was like, that can't be. And I just kept going. And then it was flip, 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 flip.
Did you hit
flip,
like a pothole or something?
I think I hit the curb.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah.
You can kind of like shear the wall of
but
the...
it like shredded the tire.
Well, that was the butt part that was shredding the tire.
So when I pulled out onto
Cool
the main
stuff.
street, there was like a little bit of a ways to go before you could actually get to a street where you could pull over and fix things. Otherwise, there was driveways, but I would have been like blocking someone's driveway. So anyway, it was not fun.
Yeah. So what do you?
Good.
So someone who kind of worries about everything when something bad like that happens.
You're prepared.
Take us into
you're prepared because
the moment.
You know you have a spare. You know how.
So
to
you know
change
what
a tire.
you know what you're doing.
You know your husband is only minutes away.
Okay, so
he drove to church separately.
So you're like, I'm not going to church. I'm going to fix my own flat tire.
Actually, I wanted to go to church. I was like, the faster we could change this thing, let's still make it to church because we're not live streaming.
Right,
The
that's
one
true.
time I couldn't make the church, we're not live streaming.
Man, I got a flat tire one time when I was it was, I don't know, 8 years ago or something in Fishers, and North Indy was a thing, and I lived on the other side of town. I was supposed to service direct over in Fishers, and it was probably, I don't know, it was when we were at the school, so we had to show up at who knows what time.
5 a.m.
And I got a flat tire on the way there. And in my mind, I'm like, all right, Kevin's just going to tell me to like, take it easy and go home. And I was like, hey, Kevin, I'm already 20 minutes late. I got a flat tire. And he was like, all right, do you need us to come pick you up? Like, no, I'll fix it. He's like, all right, just get here when you can. Okay. It's 5 a.m, Kevin.
I was grateful that it wasn't the Sunday I'm preaching, because I'm preaching this coming Sunday. So very grateful that if I'm going to get a flat tire, at least it was on a day that I did not have any commitments in the service. Also very grateful that it hadn't yet begun to torrentially downpour.
Oh, right.
So,
yeah.
you know, we really got off easy.
But you couldn't just change the tire though, because something was wrong with the bolts or the lug nuts. And
so we had a hard time even getting one of the lug nuts off, and I guess the bolt was double threaded, if that's a thing. Anyway, we went to Costco to put new tires on. Costco called us warning us, hey, there's something wrong with the bolts or whatever they are, the studs. And they could break. Would you like us to proceed? And it was kind of like, okay, well, either way, if they break, we're going to have to get the car towed.
Yeah.
But if you stop doing what you're doing, we're going to probably have to get the car towed. Like either way. Anyway, they broke. And so then we had the car towed.
So the bolts broke. Yeah.
At Costco?
At Costco.
Oh, okay.
And Costco doesn't have the equipment necessary to fix that problem.
Sure.
They just put tires on and they take tires off.
Yeah.
They don't fix the related parts within the tire
So you had
system.
to take it to another place to get
I
that
didn't
fixed.
take it.
You didn't
The
take it
tow
anywhere.
truck took it
Oh, that's
to
nice.
the other place. So yeah, I actually drove Desi's car into work this morning, but by 3:00 this afternoon, it was ready to be picked up. So I get to drive it home. I have it.
New
It's here.
tires.
New tires. New me. Fresh new lease
Great.
on life. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah.
Summer is just the best.
We've needed new tires for a year and a half on both of our cars. So I'm just waiting for that to happen.
You're waiting
to
for
me.
one of them to go.
Yeah, one of them just to explode on
On
the
your way
road.
to church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today is Milo's birthday.
Oh,
Yay.
happy birthday, Milo.
God rules.
I don't know. So yeah, it's Milo's 8th birthday.
Wow.
And speaking of not listening, I hope he's not listening to this, but I forgot. I forgot it was his birthday.
Doesn't your wife listen to this with the kids in the car?
But
She knows
I
you
have a
forgot.
good reason.
Uh-huh.
It's because a lot of months start with the letter J.
That's why.
Now that you put it that way.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
At least a quarter of them.
January, June, July?
Yeah.
Okay.
September? No.
And so Lane, who's 5, is born in January 25th. Milo is born July 21st. And I always flip them. I'm always like, yeah, Lane's January 21st, Milo's July 25th. So I actually had scheduled to hang out with Jaden Gaffron tonight on Milo's. Yeah, another J. It's just closing in on me tonight. And so I had to text Jaden. I was like, hey, I forgot it was my firstborn son's birthday. And so Maron immediately texts me.
What you don't know, the backstory is I was so glad that you canceled on Jaden. Jaden was, so the merge trip to Kings Island is happening like right now as we speak.
Right.
And Jaden is a small group leader, and he was going to drive himself separately to
meet
Kings
with me.
Island so that he could leave early.
That
to
is such
meet
a long
with
bike ride.
Wow. Why he can reschedule with me?
So now I was so glad when you canceled. I was like, great, he can go with the rest of the crew and he doesn't have to drive it.
Oh my gosh. So once I remembered that it was his birthday, I feel weird about this birthday.
About 8?
Yeah. Like, it's not like a big birthday or anything, but I'm curious, Casey, when Calvin turned 8 and Maron, when your kids, I don't know, 8's not the special trigger, but when I woke up this morning, I was like, man, like, we're doing his birthday and like his friends are coming to his party.
Ooh,
and it's his
like
first
a big
like
boy party?
Yeah, until now it's been like mom and dad and family party, and like our friends come to his party, I guess. And this year we're taking 2 carloads of his friends to the Indians game.
Whoa,
wow.
fun.
Wow, you really committed on that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we're doing that. I woke up and I just felt like, man, he's not a baby anymore. And so I wrote him this really long handwritten letter being like, I'm so proud of you. Like, I'm like super emotional about it this morning. I don't know. Have you guys ever?
You wrote him a letter? Which
Yeah,
you
so-
intend for him to read?
He can read. How dare you?
Is he going to read it like now?
No. So we have a book. Since they were born, we have a book for every kid, and Lauren does most of the heavy lifting on this. Like, I've written 1 note to Milo prior to today, and he's 8. But it's like, I don't know when we'll give it to them, but at some point in their life, we're going to give them this book full of handwritten notes and like cards and whatever. So it's like stuffed full of stuff already. And so I took it and I brought it to work this morning and I just wrote him a note in it. What?
I'm really impressed.
Okay.
I'm very impressed. Like, we all start off with good intentions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But things kind of like taper off.
Yeah.
Especially
I don't think I've
by,
written
like,
Lou a
the third
single
kid.
thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. So if you're keeping up with it, I am very, very impressed.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know what
he's
I'm
8
saying?
years old and
Absolutely.
we're maybe 11 pages in.
Yeah, I feel like most of those, it's like the first 3 weeks, it's like, and here's what you did at the third, and then
Absolutely.
it's like, you
Yes.
started walking today. Happy graduation from high school. Yeah, you kind of
Yeah.
forget about it.
So I don't know.
exactly
I
how
felt
it
a
is.
certain way about it today. I'm
Oh,
just like
man.
super emotional about it. And it just felt like, man, he's not grown up or anything.
No, but your
Yeah.
kids are so old now. They're
Yeah.
so old. Milo's like just a boy.
yeah,
He's
he
just
like
running
wears
around.
backwards hats and tried to skateboard the other day. Like,
Oh, wow.
what is he doing? Like,
He's in his boy years.
I said
Yeah.
last week, he's like flipping his head, flipping his hair.
Right. He's very soon a preteen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let me help you out. Your second born, Lane, he's
Lane.
born January 21st.
First, yeah.
And 21 comes before 25.
Yes.
Okay, that's how you're going to remember it
But
from now
Milo,
on.
I thought about that.
But Milo's the
older.
firstborn.
He came first.
I see the confusion as well.
I went through that
But
exercise.
if all you need to do is remember that Lane is your January boy. Can you at least remember
No,
that?
I know
here's,
that.
Here's what you need to remember.
January's
Since 21 comes before 25, just remember that he comes before on the calendar, but not in birth order.
Okay,
That's
so we
it. It's
had a lot
easy.
of questions for you today, but we're just going to talk about this for us.
Sounds great. Yeah. Just talk about your kids the whole time.
Oh, all right. Couple questions for
our listeners?
from listeners, from friends of the pod. We've got 2 today.
All right.
Actually, I didn't even talk about this. We didn't have a pod last week. Here's why. We had technical difficulties, but we had listener question last week that we didn't even get to, but we're going to get to it next week.
Okay.
And it's about life transitions.
Okay.
So we've got 2 next week, 2 this week. Actually, if you send more in, we'll do more next week. But so I've got 2 for you.
Okay.
The first one is from friend of the pod, Sue, who wants to know kind of the backstory behind, if you're watching this on YouTube, the backstory behind some of these, I don't know, words or sayings on the wall.
Quips.
Quips.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you've been a longtime friend of the pod, you are probably familiar with a lot of them. So they are all
Most of these
sound
are
bites.
still sound bites.
They're
that we
all
have.
sound bites that like
Don't act like you're a big shot.
they're sound bites that
grown-up
I've pulled over the years of just doing this show. And most of them are things people say in sermons. Most of them.
Some of them are things they say on the podcast.
Yeah,
right?
some of them are things they say on the podcast. But usually, like when we first started this podcast, one of my favorite ideas was to take what serious people say out of context and make it unserious.
Yes,
that was one of my favorite
3
ideas.
Of the quotations are from me.
So the first one is I'm feeling aggressive, which is a story Maron told on the podcast in probably year 1.
Yeah, that wasn't even a sermon. That was on the podcast.
You told
that you
a
pulled
story.
that.
I don't know. Jaden was going to wrestle.
He had a certain time of day when he was a toddler, and it was always right after dinner that he wanted to like wrestle.
Yeah.
But he would say, I'm feeling aggressive.
Yeah, he would announce it. He would announce it to the family that he's
Right.
feeling aggressive.
He's feeling aggressive.
So we used to have a
wrestle.
sound clip of Maron saying, I'm feeling aggressive. Next one is cool stuff. I've already played that one. It's Maron. I think you got distracted in a sermon one time.
I was not distracted.
Well, you get distracted sometimes and like not distracted. I don't know, but
I
like
guarantee I wrote that into my notes.
you wrote this.
Cool stuff.
Yeah, sure did. I'll go find those notes right now. I'll go pull those notes right now.
Don't be like that guy.
The saddest thing to me, Tyler, is that we lost all the original ones, right?
I have them somewhere.
You do?
They still exist.
Like
I love squirrel noises. Yeah, that one's over there somewhere.
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah, there's another one. Don't tell me you never stretched your ferret. That's another good one. Those are some
forgot
more
about that
obscure
one.
ones.
Yeah.
And they weren't having chicken for dinner tonight.
Was that too long to fit on a sign?
Yeah. So Liz Cottle asked me kind of what my favorite ones are, and these are what they are. I forget the context of all of them, which is kind of the point. So they're supposed to just kind of be funny, out of context things that people say. And
I don't even know how you have them organized. Like in,
I have 8 pages of sound bites.
is it by person?
It's by person.
Okay.
So like, I kind of have a Rolodex in my mind of like who said what, and so if I hear somebody talking about Barry's animals, for example, I have a page called Barry Animals. So I go to it, and
I love squirrel noises.
yeah, so I go to it, and I'm like,
Split hooves.
Yeah.
which is something Tim Ayer said.
Insects don't have blood in them.
Insects don't have blood in them.
Yeah, so that's what that's all about. So Sue, hopefully that helps. If you got more questions, let me know. Next question is from friend of the pod, Melinda, and this is a potentially unbelievable idea.
In a good way.
In a good way. She says, would you ever consider a Between Sundays cookbook? All the recipes from over the years could be added.
Whoa.
2 pumpkin pies, 1 from Dave Rod, 1 from Maron. Smoked meats, Thanksgiving sides, salsa, and so much more.
Oh.
We could sell it. Proceeds could benefit the care center. From now on, that's at the end of her comment. But I think if we do this, I think this is a great idea, Melinda.
Yeah.
If we do this, I think from now on, anyone that comes on this show, we say, if we were to make a cookbook, what would your recipe be? And then we collect them. And if we've got good stuff, let's make a cookbook.
Hey, all right. I
So-
love that idea.
Guys, this is where the rubber meets the road. If we made a cookbook, Casey, you're invited to contribute here.
Oh, boy.
What would your first recipe submission be?
I know exactly what it would be.
And what is the recipe?
I mean, I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, what is it?
It's my go-to meal that I make for myself almost once a week, probably once every couple of weeks. It started out as a vegan bowl that I had at a restaurant in maybe Nashville, and it was so good the entire drive home I was thinking about it, literally. And I was like, I've got to make this myself. And so I based on memory of what I had, I just made up this bowl and turned it vegetarian, not vegan. But
Isn't
it's
it a 5-hour trip?
yeah.
And you thought about it?
Yes, that's how good it was. Now you got to understand, you have to like buffalo and ranch, like those flavors,
Yeah.
and I love them. So it's really simple. It uses tempeh as like the main ingredient, which is like a type of tofu. It's kind of like a fermented tofu. It's got kind of like a nutty taste.
A little more chew to it.
A little chewy, yeah, a little. And so you use tempeh, use pinto beans, rice, garlicky kale. So it's a lot of, as much kale as you want with a lot of garlic and olive oil, and you fry that up till it's all nice and wilted and stuff like that. And then shredded carrots. and then you do buffalo sauce, and you kind of like roast the tempeh in the buffalo sauce, and then you put a little extra on top at the end and ranch, and you eat it, and it is so good. I'm hungry right now. I kind of want it.
So what's it called?
I don't know.
Oh. Well, you got to put a name on it and put a recipe.
That's
It was
your
like
go-to
a-
meal. Do you make it a lot?
I make it a lot. I make it probably twice a month. I make it.
Oh, wow.
And I have it for leftovers the next day, and I should probably just make more because I love it so much. But yeah,
Sounds
it's great, and it's got a ton of protein and a ton of fiber and a ton of flavor, and so it's great.
You would have the most like virtuous meal of anyone here.
Yeah.
You don't even know what I'm going to say. You don't.
I think I know that it will not be as virtuous
Yeah, that's
as
probably
tempeh and all of the fiber.
But I'm just
Casey,
telling you, it's really good.
Do you
for
do you
It's good.
enjoy like cooking and making food and stuff?
I do.
What
Yeah.
what would you put in this cookbook?
Well, the first thing that came to mind is a Brussels sprout salad.
Ooh.
I think
Whoa.
that Brussels sprouts chopped into a salad is way underrated.
I do too.
Yeah.
Where were we?
Like shredded Brussels sprouts?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where were we? Who was I with that we were I don't know.
Great
No.
story.
Keep thinking about it.
I think I
this
was
is
with
good
my
pod.
team. I think I was with my team and we were somewhere getting lunch and I chose a Brussels sprout salad.
Were we sitting on a patio?
Yes.
Because I think that was when the pastors did lunch earlier this year.
Yeah,
somewhere
maybe
in
that was it.
Carmel, and there were Brussels sprouts involved.
Yeah, I don't know. But I remember it being very good.
No, those are roasted. You're talking raw.
Raw.
Yeah. Like shredded.
Yeah.
Raw.
Yeah. Put
Yeah.
those into a food
This is
processor.
good. This is good potting right here.
Yeah.
Brussels sprouts shook this church to its core one time when your dad had a Brussels sprout recipe and it was like all anyone could talk about for a couple of weeks. Do you remember this?
Yeah, vaguely. Yeah.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
part of the DNA of this church, as far as I'm concerned.
That's probably the main difference between me and my dad is that he had hobbies like cooking,
Yeah.
and then everybody got into it. He made hummus on stage one time. My hobbies, no one's picking up my hobbies.
You're like, I'm having a coin cleaning class.
Yeah, ancient coins, woodworking, like you name it. It's like I kind of fly solo on my hobbies, and that's okay, and that's all right.
It's all right. Everyone's going to be scrambling to get that tempeh now.
You don't think I'm impressive?
No, I don't.
So Brussels sprout salad.
Oh yeah.
Is it sweet like cranberries and
Yeah.
stuff? Okay.
So that's what part of what
Yeah,
I
you
love
gotta
about
do
it
that.
is you can really use so many dried fruit.
Yeah.
Toast up some walnuts or almonds.
Goat
or
cheese.
You can use goat cheese if you want
yeah.
to, or you can use Parmesan. And then it's got like an orange vinaigrette.
Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah, the Brussels sprout
Man.
flavors toned down so much.
We are 2 for 2 in healthy living.
I
right
know.
here.
I know.
What do you
I'm gonna
got?
blow it all
What do you
up.
got?
It's not healthy. It's just I don't think you can classify it as healthy. But one of my go-to meals, both for my family, like they love when I make it. Your family now makes it. It's kind of my go-to when people come over.
Oh,
is,
yes.
lettuce wraps.
Yeah.
They kinda
like
have,
P.F.
like-
Chang's.
Yeah, I guess so. Like maybe a little less candied, and I like to mix mine
Okay.
with rice
We're
because
gonna-
it stretches it out. Because
We're gonna diss on
I
P.F.
developed the
Chang's
recipe when I was
signature
super
dish.
broke in Chicago and needed to stretch every morsel of ground pork. But hoisin sauce, rice wine
Yeah.
vinegar, ginger, garlic, onions, ground pork.
Yeah.
Get some love on it. Toss it with some rice.
What does that mean?
It means you don't cook it until it's brown. You cook it until it's brown. You know what I'm saying? Like
Like crispy. Yeah,
brown.
yeah.
Yeah. There's like cooking meat until it's done. That's not loving. You have to you have to cook the meat
Man, there's so many things to remember.
until
Yeah.
it's
This
until it's
recipe book is going to be
brown.
real easy to follow.
That's still a little healthy.
Not till it's done.
Yeah, I
Until
mean, I
it's
guess because you
done.
wrap it
You
in
have a
lettuce.
lettuce.
Does that make it healthy if you take white rice and wrap it in lettuce?
Mine would be, I got to lower the class here.
Okay.
Bacon fried corn.
Yes.
Deep fried,
Concur.
No,
fried bacon with corn.
I concur.
you make bacon and then you keep all the stuff in it and then you put corn and garlic and all this stuff in it and you fry it kind of all together on
As like a little side dish.
I mean, I ate it for dinner on vacation.
You do it on the flat top.
Yeah, on
grill,
the
right?
Blackstone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time Jed and I were at Tyler's house and he made this bacon fried corn and he gave us like a little to-go container on our way out, and I don't think we left his driveway before I started shoveling it
Yeah.
into my mouth.
It's
It
pretty
was
good.
So good.
Definitely not healthy though.
No.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Just immensely satisfying.
Yeah, for sure. All right, every week we say these Summerfest episodes are going to be 20 minutes, but
they are not.
Definitely not. So, Casey, let's get into your life.
Sure.
We brought you on because we love you, but also you've been a longtime attender. You're super involved here at Grace, and so I want to talk to you mostly about kind of your investment into this church and your motivation behind that, and your whole family kind of serves together sometimes. Do your kids serve too in places?
No.
Okay,
Yet.
so you and
They're
Cyrus,
squirrely. Yeah.
you and Cyrus can be found in the Grace Kids hallway almost every week, if not every week. You're super involved in Grace Kids Camp. So you've been around and you're super invested. Mm-hmm. I'm curious, just can you give us a little bit of context, like how long have you been serving in Grace Kids? And what initially drew you into that ministry?
Sure. So Cyrus and I have been here since 2011, I think. But we didn't start with the children until 4 years ago, I think. You asked why. So do the math on how old my kids were at that point. So to be honest with you, Cyrus and I had a conversation, and I was like, yes, we should get involved somewhere. And then he's like, we're doing the children's hallway. And I was like, oh, so
that wasn't your idea.
No. I was kind of in the weeds with it, with a 3 and a 4-year-old at home. And I was like, I don't want to have more
other people's kids. Yeah.
I'm like, kind of at capacity here.
Yeah.
So the first 2 weeks, I think I was in the boys' classroom, and I was like, this is not going to work. So
yeah, and it's different when mom is the teacher or the volunteer leader, and it's like they can't separate.
No, I couldn't hardly
home.
give any other kid attention either, because they were just like, Mom, and sitting on my lap, and which I loved them, but also
both of my boys have been in Cyrus's room, and Lou is currently in your room, right?
Yes.
You were on the clock when she got bit.
That was supposed to be a secret.
Is this an interrogation?
That's why we really brought you in here.
Oh my
Who bit Lou?
It's a trap.
Yeah. But Lou's in your room right now, right? Yeah. Okay.
She's fine, everybody.
Yeah, she's fine.
It happened so fast.
Yeah, it was, what was it? Easter? I think it was Easter
something
Sunday.
like that.
She came out and there was a big Band-Aid on her finger or something. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Or it was her
arm.
arm.
It
Yeah,
was her arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been doing it for 4 years. Do you like it now, or
I do.
It grew on you.
Okay, it was mostly just at first, kind of getting over that initial of like, why am I doing this? This shouldn't be what I would want. But I went down to the 2-year-olds, and I got to be honest with you, like it took a couple of times, but then I'm like, no, this is great. Because you get these skills with as a parent, and you're like,
I'm the master.
I'm getting so much better at this. And then that phase is over. And you're like,
all this usable knowledge that isn't being
then
used.
Your kid is 8 and he's flipping his hair.
Yeah. Wearing hats
those 2-year-olds
backwards.
love you, right?
Yeah. We've had a couple that have really gravitated towards me.
Yeah.
But now I love the 2-year-olds. I mean, they're just so squishy and so sweet, and their little voices, and it's fabulous.
And you don't get to hold little babies anymore at home, and so that is a great outlet. I can totally see that.
What does it look like? Can I ask
go
a
ahead.
question? What does your typical serving opportunity look like on a Sunday morning? Is it just kind of with 2-year-olds? I'm assuming we're not giving them like a theological expose on biblical passages. Like, what do you guys do?
Sure. That's a great question. And 2-year-olds aren't super attentive. So
That's a rule.
Debbie has laid out everything that you need to know. She has it on a piece of paper. This is what you do at this time and that time, and this is where you can find all the things. So she has it laid out for you. It's no guesswork. So you pull up a video. You try to get them to sit and watch it. Sometimes they're like, no, I just really love this car. So I'm gonna go over here. So we try and be engaged and clap and sing and, oh, look, it's Mr. Tom. Hi, Mr. Tom. So you're trying to punch your microphone.
Yeah.
You're trying to get them engaged, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Is it like Mr. Tom every week? like, well,
Most
that's
of
part
the
of their
time.
that's part of their rhythm, and he becomes somebody that's recognizable to the
Yes.
little ones. Okay.
Yeah. So Mr. Tom goes out to a mailbox and he gets a little item out of a mailbox, and you're like, oh, what's going to be in the mailbox? And I like to say something ridiculous, like, oh, it's going to be a blue whale.
And the kids are like, no.
No, it's a paper heart.
Yeah.
So cute. So we do that, and there's always Cecil, the little monkey, and so they're like, oh, hi, Cecil. So they do pay attention somewhat, and sometimes they have a toy and it doesn't seem like they're paying attention, but then, you know, they say, hi, Cecil, or maybe one week one of them prays with you at the end, and then the other one, like, you just don't know.
Aw.
So, and then we circle time, and they do a color that goes with the video. And she has it scripted again, where you just read from the thing, and I mostly try and get them to say a word back to me.
Sure.
Like, oh, and who was in our video? Jesus. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
And where can we read about Jesus? The Bible, you know. And if you get 20% participation,
Sure.
I think you're doing pretty
Well,
good.
I heard once, and I don't know who said it, so I can't attribute it, but I heard someone describe like all of children's ministry. It differs in what your like objectives are, but for a 2-year-old, like what we're trying to do is to help them have an experience of like church is fun, it's safe, I feel known and loved. Like if that's all they're coming away with, like I say mission accomplished. You know, maybe they can't quite recite the Nicene Creed, but they know like church is fun and safe and I feel loved. And that I think is exactly what you're doing every week, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have so you do 2-year-olds, 2-year-old room,
Right.
and Cyrus does the room right after that, like 3 to
No.
There's
Cyrus.
a gap.
Mm.
There's a gap between your room and
There
his.
is a 3-year-old room.
Okay.
But Cyrus was in the 4s and the 5s, and now I think he's technically like a coach. So
Okay,
he's
he got out.
over multiple
Did you say
class.
He got out because I was wondering if like since you have the 2-year-olds, you're like, "Whew, this kid's a handful. Thank goodness he's going to Cyrus's room. And like you go home, you're like, man, wait till you get to this kid. Like Lane Bender's coming your way. You know.
Oh my gosh! Of all the kids, Lane
Well,
would
yeah.
not be the one to.
Yeah.
But along those lines, you've been doing this for so many years. You can now kind of like look over the lobby and see, oh, I had you when you were 2.
I do. So there's definitely an element of feeling more, me personally, feeling more connected.
Yeah.
Walking through the lobby and knowing them. The bad side is, though, the 2-year-olds don't remember me. Most of them don't.
So you get to be that person that like pinches their cheeks and says, I
Yeah,
knew you
you're that
when."
lady. You're the church lady.
I changed your diaper.
Yeah,
I have
right.
Who
Yeah.
are you?
I still have people saying that to
Yeah.
me. They're like, "Oh yeah, I was your." I'm like, I believe you, but
No
there's no
idea.
way I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Exactly.
So you and Cyrus started to do this together. Do you know why he was like, we're doing kids ministry? Do you know what led him to that? Because he used to do student ministry.
He did. So did I.
Okay. So what prompted him or you both to choose?
That's
Small
a
children.
great question. I don't know.
Was it just that probably there was just like a need, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. He
Yeah.
did mention that because we had debriefed a little bit yesterday. But yeah, there was a need.
How has that experience of doing this together for so long, how has that like affected your experience just as a family serving together?
Sure. Us together as a family, we're teammates. Cyrus and I are teammates. So I think it's just one more thing for us to do together and bond over and talk about, relate to. I think as far as the kids go, it's just our normal rhythm. And I love being able to not just be like, well, we need to serve other people and talking about it. We can actually say like, when I was serving the 2-year-olds, this is what happened. You know, we have something tangible that they're also experiencing alongside us, even though they're not in the room.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. You're setting the example for them by serving.
and we've been doing it so long now that they're just used to our rhythm on Sunday that we attend a service and serve in a service.
Yeah. So you're a family that I know that does that. I know a couple that do that. So you come to the first service, 9:15, and then during the 11 o'clock service, you're in these rooms, these kids' rooms. What do your kids do? Like when you're at church, where are they?
Well, they were going twice.
They go to Grace Kids twice.
They were.
Okay. What are they doing now? Just staying home playing video games?
Oh, no.
They're driving themselves to church.
They're sitting with us.
Okay.
And like I said earlier, they are squirrely. So it is
Yeah.
a practice.
Yeah.
Are they
Have them
sitting
in the
with you
room.
because of Summerfest? Or they're
No.
sitting with you even when it's not Summerfest?
Even when it's not Summerfest.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's been fairly new. I think we started doing that this spring.
Yeah.
But again, even with the 2-year-olds, it's exposure. They're
Yes.
still, even if it seems like they're not paying attention,
Yes.
like they're hearing snippets.
Sure.
I 100% agree.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
That's
Yeah.
great.
When my kids were little, the church we went to didn't have a children's program. And so I packed a backpack full of, biblical coloring books and things like that, and crayons, and other backpacks for other children who also didn't have a program to go to. But I can remember distinctly, like a 2-year-old Jaden, or maybe he was a little older, he was coloring some Bible story picture, and the pastor was giving the sermon, and Jaden looked up and said, "He said Paul, Mama," and then just went back to coloring. And it made me realize he is listening.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he's not sitting there paying attention to every word, he is absorbing what he's hearing,
Yeah.
even at this age in big church. That
Yeah.
was such a cool moment for me.
How has serving children impacted your faith, or has it?
It has impacted my faith. I think as far as a parent goes, it's affected my parenting. When you're in the Word every day, it keeps it at the forefront of your mind. And I would say that for me, serving helps in that way also. I'm back in the classroom, and I also get ideas for parenting my own kids. So from a spiritual sense, it helps me keep perspective on, oh yeah, I do need to be talking about to my kids about this thing or that thing. It just kind of helps keep it at the front of my mind. And also gratitude. I think me being in the 2-year-old's room, now that my boys are out of it, it's just helped me be more grateful for what we have been through already, what the stages of life that we have kind of graduated out of, and be like, man, I am so grateful that I had the opportunity to do that with my kids, and then I have the opportunity to do it again.
Have your boys, they watch you do this every week. So have they talked about wanting to do something themselves? Have they talked about is there something for me to do? Or have you thought about how can I get them involved when they're old enough or whatever into serving? Because Maron and Jed, their kids are older, but Maron, you've said one of the non-negotiables is we do this as a family.
Yep.
And so have you guys talked about that or thought about that with your kids?
Absolutely. I don't think we're there yet.
Yeah.
Well, and again, at their age,
Yeah.
I don't know how many opportunities there
7
are.
and 8, and especially when they're together, they get more riled up.
Yeah.
So they are not going to be in the classroom yet, but after kids camp, there was definitely conversations about, when I get to be a leader, I can't wait to be a leader, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. And
That's cool.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
My kids loved being kids camp leaders. I think they were of that age when we first moved here. And it was one of the first ways they got involved with serving. It was a really good on-ramp for what it means to serve here at Grace.
Is there a lot of goldfish going around in Grace Kids?
There are 0 goldfish.
0?
Oh.
What are we doing? What are we doing with snacks these days?
I mean, it's okay. So I was a little surprised that this is a question.
It's just an open bowl of peanuts.
well, that's
Oh wait, no.
you clearly don't listen to the show because that's all I wanted to know is what
Oh, really?
is the number one snack
Oh, my goodness.
in Grace Kids?
I mean, you're also walking down that hallway and you could just ask somebody.
Yeah.
Literally any week.
Yeah.
So in the 2-year-old's room, they have jungle crackers.
Oh, like animal crackers.
They are like animal crackers, but they're better.
Oh,
They
really?
are?
They in like a
I thought you were going to
tub?
say like they're like discount animal crackers.
I don't know. Maybe they are, but they're
Oh.
delicious.
Okay.
Way better.
crackers. I need to stop by.
They're like cinnamon Teddy Graham.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Kind
Yeah.
of
I forget my
flavor.
lunch a lot here. And so knowing
just
that
need to
there's
wander down
good
there.
jungle crackers,
You do. All you eat are packaged foods.
well,
Dry packaged foods. That's all
yeah.
you eat.
I just got to get through the day.
Sure.
So jungle crackers, is that what everybody's eating down there?
I think 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds are the only ones with snacks.
Oh, really?
They used to do
Man.
snacks older, but I don't think they do
I
anymore.
bet we'd get more volunteers
Oh, my.
if we had better snacks.
The volunteers aren't eating the snacks.
Well, we could give them the snacks, offer them the snacks, because at kids camp, great snacks. That's one of the things that the volunteers love.
the
They're like,
volunteers,
best part about camp was the snacks.
To some.
The kids,
To a
the
couple.
kids wanted better snacks. They were upset that
Yeah.
there weren't more of their choices, but
Um,
a couple kids in my group were complaining about. I think they were wrong, but I agree. The volunteer snacks were
Yeah.
the
Somebody
bomb.
else was requesting hot dogs.
yeah, somebody else, one of the volunteers was like, why don't we do
As a
hot dogs and hamburgers? Yeah.
Yes.
They wanted the lunch.
They get
Snacks
like
are
10
hotly
minutes
contested.
But yeah, all that to say, for the Grace Kids volunteers on the weekend, maybe we can do like a charcuterie board or something, something up high class, really
Yeah,
nice
man.
and fancy.
Got to do what you got to do to get those volunteers in there.
How are we doing on volunteers, by the way? I'm curious on your perspective on that.
There's a reason she does it every single week.
You're right.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Necessity.
Yeah, it's really hit and miss. I have heard that 915 has more volunteers, but it's low. And there's times where Debbie has to close a whole classroom just because there's not enough people to help out.
Is it more because the volunteers that are able to serve inconsistently, or is it because there's just not enough volunteers, like, period?
Might be a better question for Debbie. I'm really not sure. I know sometimes she has people sign up and then multiple cancellations.
Yeah.
So
As with any volunteer spot,
Sure.
I mean, we have
Yeah.
that on the worship team. Things happen in life, and then you're finding last minute replacements and things like that. So I can imagine it's much the same.
yeah.
So as somebody who was like, man, I don't want to do that when you first started, kind of what should somebody know? Like in terms of what it's like to be a Grace Kids volunteer. Like if somebody was like, hey, Tyler, I need you to serve in Grace Kids. Actually, this used to happen for like holidays. It'd be staff, serves in different areas, and they'd be like, Tyler, you're in the 2-year-old room. I'm like, oh, like not this again. And because it's like, I've got my own kids. So there are plenty of people who feel that way. Why should they serve? Like, help us set the table for like what they should expect, or like why it's appealing, or why somebody who may not identify Grace Kids is like, that's the place for me. Like what about Grace Kids is fulfilling or appealing for somebody that is looking for a place or may not know where they fit?
It's definitely satisfying. Like I said earlier, as a parent, to have had those skills and then being able to go in and contribute. I'd say a lot of people, just at a high level, our church is still pretty big, bigger than the church I grew up in, of like 80 people. If it feels too big, you have to get involved. Like, I think so many people wait for, it's just not the right time. It's not the right time.
Yeah, you're right.
There is no right time. That's like a made up thing. Just pick a place and try it out for a while. You can always change it. It's not like you're signing up for a job where you
Right,
like,
where you kind of had to stay.
there's consequences for
Yeah.
leaving.
Yeah.
You could try it for a while. And I'm glad that I tried it for a while because now I find it incredibly satisfying and fulfilling and connecting. If people are hoping to feel more connected at Grace, getting involved is a great way. Go and volunteer, and then you form those connections. Now I know several people in the hallway, leaders, adults, and I probably never would have met them
Right.
If I hadn't been in that room with them and, you 2-year-olds, they're playing, you have a side conversation, and then you're like, oh, now we're friends.
Yeah.
Your fellow volunteers, but I'm sure it also extends to the parents of the 2-year-olds.
Absolutely.
And now you're getting to know like a fresh crop of families every year, getting to know more people that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's so many parents, and the name tag thing really does help.
Hey.
Yes. So then I'm not just looking at the list and
you're Timmy's dad.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So I can actually be like, oh, your name is Peter. Oh, so nice to meet you. And
Yeah. You're not just G42. The tag. So is I remember a time where Grace Kids would be like, there are places for you to serve within Grace Kids, even if it's like, I don't want to do diapers. Like, that's not for me. I assume that still exists. If you're like, I don't want to teach, I don't want to but I can be present. Or like, so kind of set the table of like what's expected of a volunteer in Grace Kids these days.
Considering the fact that we have junior high students, high school, college,
Bottom of the barrel.
parents.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
You're so honored.
Tyler's.
My goodness.
Grandparents.
Yeah. Top of the barrel.
Top of the barrel.
Yeah.
Grandparents.
Yeah.
So you can step into one of those classrooms with no experience and just kind of be eyes and ears.
Yeah.
You don't have to be changing diapers. Like if I'm in my room, if anybody else is in there, they're not changing diapers. I'm changing diapers, and that's fine with me. So if you don't want to change diapers, then just don't.
Yeah.
Someone else will do that.
Sure.
Well, that's why I like the serve one or attend one, serve one concept, because, and I heard this through different stories of kids camp, and my wife serves in Lyft, and so I hear it where it's like, yeah, we're in the throes of it. You mentioned it. We're in the throes of, in our own lives, like we've got little kids, so why would we want to do that for other people's kids? Well, that's why you should do it, is because those people probably feel the same way we do.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, if I could just like get an hour to go to church and have my kids like be fed spiritually, that'd be great. So that's why you should do it. Really, like you're serving people who feel the same way you do.
Yeah.
And you would want that for yourself, right? So
Absolutely.
Well, that's the church at its best. It's each person is serving the others as they serve you. Like it's this shared responsibility that we all grow together because we all give a little bit of ourselves for the sake of the body.
Yeah. And you shared a beautiful picture of just how intergenerational it is.
Yeah.
That there's grandparents and there's teenagers and there's you, a mom, and then there's the little babies, and it's the whole church being the church together, all down one stretch of hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I mean, my kids love Grace Kids. Lou now loves coming to your room. She's like, I want to go see me friends. That's how she says it. I want to go see me friends. So thank you. And thank you to Cyrus and just for your multi-year investment
Oh,
in
of course.
the youngest of us at Grace. And so, of course, we need more. We need more people to stand up and be like, I can do that. I want to do that. And like you said, like, I think it's good to know that you're not signing up for forever, even though you and Cyrus have been doing it for a long time. But it's also good to know that you're an example of somebody that wasn't sure, and now you've found like a lot of fulfillment in it. So thank you for your investment.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
I forgot.
What?
So on the serve one,
Attend
one, serve one, twice a month, there is a family room open. We haven't been doing it in July, so I forgot about it. So
what does that mean?
Twice a month.
Tell everybody what that means.
Sure. There's an extra room down the hallway, of the early childhood hallway, and a volunteer, it's usually Marlene, I think.
Yeah, she's the best.
Yeah. She's fabulous. So the boys go in, so they'll attend their regular classroom for the first service, and then the second service, they go in to the separate room with Marlene and whoever else, little kids, are there for 2 services. And they just play.
So these are kids of volunteers.
The kids of volunteers.
Gotcha.
So they
So
have
your
a place
kids will be
to
taken
go.
care of while you're serving,
Yes.
essentially.
And if we had more volunteers for that
Yeah.
room,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
then that could be every week, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marlene's the best. She's one of those people, Marlene Weatherwax, that I appreciate people that when you call them the wrong name, they correct you. And she is that person. I called her Marianne once, and she was like, it's Marlene. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I felt terrible, but I appreciate it because now I'll never forget again. That's one of the things I like about her.
You'll forget your son's birthday, but you won't forget.
Nope.
Marlene
Weatherwax.
Name.
Yeah. Anything else about Grace Kids?
I have a burning question. As the reigning, long-winded preacher at Grace Church, describe the chaotic scene that happens, that occurs when a pastor such as myself makes service a little too long.
In Grace Kids.
And my deepest apologies, because I'm sure it is tremendously
Yeah, so we
awful.
hear about this on
And it's
staff.
usually my fault.
We hear about this on staff, so we try to keep to a certain length of time in services. But people like Maron say, I'm going to preach for 30 minutes. She preaches for 38 minutes. And the criticism is Grace Kids will freak out if we're late because they got to stay in those rooms with our kids longer than they were planning or whatever. And so there's programming for a set amount of time or whatever. So, yeah, share a little bit about how that has affected you, I guess, over the years.
For starters, you're forgiven.
Thank you.
Oh, see? How
Wow.
From
Casey.
me, I can't speak for everyone. From me.
Oh, my word.
I promise you're not forgiven from the production team.
I know that. I am not forgiven for them, but I am trying with each new message to get better.
It does add a layer of stress.
Yeah.
Like I said, we have kind of a timeline of you do this and then you do that. We have a slight advantage serving at the 11 that we know when you're going to go long.
Because you know how 9:15 went? Yeah.
Oh, no.
So we can kind of delay and stretch certain things out a little longer and be like, don't do bubbles yet. We're going to need that for the end.
Save it. Save it for the delay.
Double bubble.
I'm just
also,
going to buy you a giant jug of bubbles.
One more
with
lap
my
around
name
the
on it.
jungle
That'd be
cookies.
also, in Maron's defense, usually it's me, not you, who goes long. Like if we're talking like number of times service has run long because of a sermon, but in both of our defense, there are other reasons that service goes long. Hosting blocks go long, and it might be the sermon's 3 minutes over, but when the sermon's 3 minutes over and the hosting block is
that's
5
true.
minutes
That's
over, who
very
gets
true.
in trouble? The sermon, the
Yeah,
pastor.
every
So
time.
I'm just saying,
You're right.
there's other factors, and you shouldn't be beating yourself up because you're causing stress and chaos when they didn't know to have the bubbles
But I
ready.
will custom order a bottle of bubbles with my picture on the front
Yeah,
for every
put
time
it
I speak.
in like a glass case and say break glass in case of sermon going long.
Maron's going to get a subscription to Jungle Cookies on Amazon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's your complimentary jungle cookie. It's on me.
Oh, man. All right. So we got 1 week left of Summerfest, right?
True.
And how are we going to wrap this up?
Well,
Okay. You're not preaching.
No,
you're
it's
preaching.
Maron.
Hey,
Maron's
I'm going to do
preaching
it. Break
on
out the jungle cookies and
Boyhood
the bubbles.
Jesus.
Actually, no, because it's Summerfest. Yeah, so we've been talking about kids in the Bible.
You're a grown-up boy.
Throughout all of Summerfest. And there is only one story in the entire Bible of Jesus' boyhood. And that's what we'll be talking about this coming Sunday.
Man, I can't wait for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is like, I don't know that I've ever heard a sermon just about this.
Yeah.
It's like, we kind of skip over it a lot.
Well, yeah, because
It's like Jesus was a baby, and then there was this one time,
right.
and then he's in ministry.
Right. I mean, every year we make a big deal about his incarnation, about the baby Jesus, and then we talk about his death, grown-up Jesus. But only Luke records this little story from his boyhood years.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see what you do with it. All right, Casey, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Next week, as we wrap up Summerfest, we screwed up the episode with Danny and Randy, so we're gonna do that one again. We're gonna re-record it. It's gonna be completely different, I'm sure. It's not gonna be the same.
it's okay.
So we'll do that again, and we'll talk about their investment into the lives of our students in their student ministry. So join us next week. If you've got questions, go to gracechurch.us/podcast and submit those, because tomorrow or next week's going to be the last week we do Mailbag. So do that so we can get your question asked and answered. Recipe book, I love it. It's on the way.
Let's go.
We're going to do it. So yeah, but Maron, until next week, can you please send us out?
Sure. Do justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with your God.
And we'll see you on the other side of Sunday.